Well, we made it to the end of the trail and it lived up to everything we expected of it. Well, howdy, y'all. We are now in the great state of Texas for a few days to take on some great hikes at 2 national parks that we've never been to before, but this has been on our radar screen for quite a while.
We're going to share our time in Big Bend National Park in this episode, and then we plan to share Guadalupe Mountains National Park in our next one.
Yeah, and as we drove to Big Bend National Park, we pulled over for a couple of fun stops along the way that we wanted to tell you guys about.
First, there was Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah, you know, UFOs and aliens and close encounters with the weird kind of people, right? It was a lot of fun.
It was. There was a lot of alien imagery around town, a museum focusing on extraterrestrials, businesses that share UFO theming, and perhaps the coolest McDonald's we've ever been to. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the McDonald's is built to resemble a spaceship, and we really enjoyed seeing it lit up at night, especially, right?
It was fun.
We were kind of hoping it would abduct us and take us to some kind of fast food planet where we got to taste test some goodies, but that didn't happen.
It just didn't happen.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was. The other stop was equally as fun and even more strange. It was in Marfa, Texas. We stopped in at the Marfa Prada store, and it was unlike any other Prada location in the world.
Yeah, it's all alone at the edge of a field. Yeah, it's actually about 35 miles outside of Marfa in the middle of nowhere. Of course, it's not a real retail store. It's an art installation created back in 2005. And even though you can't go inside, it does contain real Prada items from their fall collection of that year. So that was a fun stop too.
We love hiking and we love finding fun and quirky stops along the way. Heading to this part of Texas certainly gives us opportunity to do both.
It did, right. Well, today is a different kind of fun. The hiking kind of fun, which we'll tell you more about in just a moment.
One of the things we love to do is to take scenic drives.
Yeah, especially those that have a lot of overlooks and places to pull over and explore. And we hear that the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive here at Big Bend National Park has plenty of sights and stops along the way. So we're pretty excited.
We are. first hike, we're going to check out the Santa Elena Canyon Trail.
Yeah, the trailhead for this hike is at the very end of the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive, so it was a perfect fit for us to combine the drive with the hike.
This trail is a 1.7 mile out and back, has just over 200 feet of gain, and is rated as easy.
It's a popular hike because you get great views of the canyon and the Rio Grande with no long or strenuous effort required to enjoy it. AllTrails.com has it rated as the #3 most popular trail in the park. I think all 200 feet of climbing must be right here at the beginning. Pretty steep little start. This is pretty steep and loose.
Well, that was a great hike.
That was just stunning, wasn't it?
I was surprised. I didn't know what it was going to be, but it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it came at the end of that just also amazing, stunning, spectacular scenic drive out here.
That drive was.
And so, what a great start to our time here at Big Bend National Park.
Yeah, it has not disappointed so far.
And we've still got our main hike to do tomorrow.
Right, I am looking forward to that.
I am as well. I'm also looking forward to chilling out this evening. We're going to go grab something to eat back at the campground and rest up, and we'll check in with you guys tomorrow. And now it's time for the hike we've been waiting for, Lost Mine Trail.
Yeah, this is the hike that we drove down to Big Bend National Park to do, so we're really excited to get started.
Let's go.
Let's go. Lost Mine Trail is a 4.8 mile out and back. It has 1,131 feet of elevation gain, and it's rated as moderate. It's also rated as the #1 trail here in the park on AllTrails.
Oh, Paula, look at that. Well, there are plenty of other hikes in Big Bend National Park that are longer, harder, and some people might argue better, but everyone agrees that this hike is a great representation of the park. And since we're hiking to the highest peak in Texas in just a couple of days, this one seemed like the perfect fit for us today. Wow. What do you think so far?
It is gorgeous.
Well, it is cold out here.
It is. It's just right around freezing, and it feels really cold.
It's supposed to get up to the mid-50s, but that's going to be several hours from now. The sun hasn't peeked out over the mountains yet, so we're in the shadows, and it's a little chilly.
It is.
All right, let's try to get down off of this now without falling. It is pretty steep. Just breathtaking. Either that or the climb up is,
right,
or both.
The way that the sun is hitting it is so pretty.
Just amazing. Well, we've left the spectacular views behind for just a bit. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some more in a little bit. You will not be disappointed in the views you get. There is something around every corner. Well, the two words that sum up the hike so far today are views and temps. The views have been hot and the temps have been cold.
It's true. There is a view everywhere in all directions. It has been amazing. Not too bad of a climb either.
No, so far it's been just a moderate climb.
Yeah, just the switchbacks have not been bad at all, but the views are gorgeous.
We are looking forward to getting towards the top or at the top or anywhere where the sun comes down on top of us to warm us up a little bit.
Our fingers are about to freeze. That's mainly the only thing that's cold, but our fingers are cold.
But well worth it.
It is.
Well, we've almost made it to the false summit, and we'll go a little beyond that to the end of the trail, and we should have some amazing views.
Although I can't even imagine what they'll be because the views all along have been quite spectacular.
Exactly. Well, we made it to the end of the trail, and it lived up to everything we expected of it.
The views here are even better than the ones we saw along the way.
I didn't think they could be topped, but they have been
They have.
here at the top, as it were.
It is gorgeous.
We're gonna grab us a peanut butter sandwich and just enjoy the views up here, and while there's some sunshine on our shoulders before we start heading back down.
Well, we're heading back down, and of course, Jimmy has found a big rock, a ledge for us to climb out on.
Of course. I have a sixth sense about these things.
I know.
And if there's one anywhere that we can get out onto, I'm probably gonna try to talk her into it.
That's true.
there, which means somewhere down there is the mission machine, which means there's more food. Well, Lost Mine Trail gets its name from a legend about a secret mine in the area where the workers had to be blindfolded before being brought into the mine to get their work done, so they couldn't tell anybody of its location. And supposedly, the workers were later killed and the mine lost since no one knew where it was at. If we happen to find it out here today, of course, we're going to show you where it is and rename it Found Mine Trail. Well, that hike was simply spectacular.
It was. It was a lot of fun. It was just beautiful views everywhere.
Started out quite cold and never really warmed up a lot, but it was certainly felt better coming back.
Yeah, once the sun came out in the sunny areas, it was really nice.
But the great views offset any uncomfortable feelings we had because of the temps. It was really, really nice.
But a hint is to get there early because the parking lot is pretty small and it fills up. And then you have to walk from a lower parking lot, which is a lot of work.
Right. After our hike there, we drove down to the visitor center, which is just maybe a half mile away from the trailhead. And there's a little small trail there called
the Window View Trail.
Window View Trail, not to be confused with the Window Trail. This is just a 0.3 mile little loop, and it had a really, really cool view of an opening between the mountains that we actually saw from the other side on the scenic drive.
That's beautiful.
So it was really cool to see that as well. We just had an amazing time here at Big Bend National Park. Who knew that in Texas they had mountains like this and views like this?
In the desert.
I didn't. Out in the desert, yeah.
Well, I read that it is so remote that most Texans don't even make it here, but you should. It's a great park.
Definitely worth coming down for. We also read in a letter from the park superintendent that they are about to demolish the lodge that's here that was built
years ago.
Years and years and years ago. It's so outdated. To build a brand new lodge here in 2024 because they said that this park is a crown jewel and deserves to have its own really high-end modern lodge, and we would have to say we agree with them.
You're right.
So we drove to Alpine, Texas, which is on the way from Big Bend National Park to our next stopover to get us something to eat.
Yeah, we heard they have several food trucks here in Alpine, and we picked out Trilobites, and we're excited to get our food and see how it tastes. I ordered the jalapeno burger basket. Has jalapeno cream cheese, pepper jack, bacon, and fresh jalapenos.
I ordered the Philly cheesesteak hoagie. It's Philly cheesesteak sauteed with onions and bell peppers and topped with 3 slices of provolone and pepper jack cheese. We also ordered a couple of things to share. We got some mac and cheese brew bites, which are 5 creamy mac and cheese nuggets dipped in a brew batter and then fried to perfection. We also got a boba soda. We got a Dr. Pepper with cherry bobas. That is so good. Well, what did you think about Trilobites?
It was really good. My burger with that jalapeno was really good.
Yeah, I'm glad we gave it a try.
Me too.
At Trilobites. My food was delicious, and that boba soda was really good.
Yeah.
A Dr. Pepper with some cherry bobas in it, just bursting with that cherry flavor. Really enhanced the soda.
It did. It was
quite
really
a bit.
Good.
We've had just a tremendous time at Big Bend National Park. Had a lot of fun. The hikes were amazing. The scenery was amazing. Just can't say enough good things about it. Right? But there are many more other things that we've got ahead of us, including a trip to Guadalupe Mountains National Park, which we'll share with you in our next episode.
That's it for our mission. What's your mission?
I can barely feel my hands. So cold. Did I mention it is cold? Chattering teeth cold.
Lost Mine Trail is a 4.8 mile out and back. It is
Well, Lost Man. It's not a lost man. It's a lost mine.
right.
Oh, okay, I get it. I thought the name of this trail was Lost Man Trail.
You thought a man got lost there, huh?
In 3, 2, 1.
We're at the
Whoop, 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 whoop.
3, 2, 1. Well,
Whoop, 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 whoop.
it's got 1,131 feet of elevation gain, and I can't remember what else. Right, just smothered.
I always do. I have a sixth sense about these things.
Sixth
Sixth sense. That's hard to say. Well, hey there, guys. It's Jimmy here. Our mission in every episode of this vlog is to share one of our fun-filled adventures with you guys. But our greater mission in life is to share our hope and happiness with you. One of the ways we do this is by giving away digital copies of my book, There Is Joy for You, which we believe will help you in your own spiritual journey. You can get it at no cost by dropping by jimmybrown.com, scrolling down to the book, and clicking on the download button to read it on your favorite device. There is no list to join and no price to pay. It's just our way of trying to be a blessing to you. It's only 39 pages long, so it won't take you long to read it. I hope you'll check it out. You want it, I want it, we all want it. The good news is God wants us to have it too. There is joy for you.